What is going on, everybody? Welcome. I hope you are doing well. It is Tuesday, maintenance hype day, and I need to update my Wi-Fi information. So give me 1 second so I can make sure everything is still working here. All right, I think we're good. All right. Oh, well, there we go. We're not in maintenance just yet, but we gotta click refresh. Oh, there we go. Maintenance is coming soon. All right. Awesome. All right. So I love it, man. It's always so much fun hanging out with you guys. I have no idea what I'm doing, but we just have a good time. Okay, so let's see who we got here. Andrew Johnson in the house. Hello. Good morning. Luthien. Hello. How are you? Harris. Good morning. Dice 12, what's happening? JP, what's going on? Tales from the Cryptmancer. Hello, crypto boys and ghouls. I love it, man. Tales, was a lot of fun hanging with you over the weekend. All right, let's see. My EOS was crap. Worst EOS ever. Mine wasn't great. I mean, I got a couple legendaries, so maybe that was, but I feel like I got the worst legendary. Can we do, Luthien, speaking of which, I am so sorry. We were supposed to do Bum or Chum last weekend, but then I completely got distracted and I forgot. So I apologize. If you are still down to do Bum or Chum next weekend with Darkest Night, you are more than welcome, because there are quite a few of these Soulbound reward cards that I would love to get your opinion on. So speaking of which, let's go over to boom. So I got this dude, Skok Duskblight, and I don't know if he's like a cousin of Dr. Blight, but he's okay. It's not my favorite. He's okay. Let's see here. There's just so many other legendaries that I want. I want this dude, Kulu Mastermind. I want Phyrexian Hero. I want Drybone Raider. I mean, all those guys seem like they're pretty solid. I mean, even Usut would be kind of fun. But yeah, whatever. Take what you can get. For now, with common cards, I haven't even leveled these up, but I think I might be bronze level for all of them, or max bronze, right? Because I think I have more than enough. I think I have more than enough here to get him. Now, max bronze for rares would be level 2. But you can see I don't even have some of them yet. I've never gotten a Pyre. Did I get a gold one? No. I don't even have some of the summoners, which is kind of sad to me. I'm still missing 2 summoners. This bothers me so much. But he's max bronze at least. She's max bronze. Okay, so we're doing okay there. But I want the dragon one. Actually, I wouldn't mind the life one either. That'd be kind of fun. So we're not doing terribly. Epics, on the other hand, no. I guess the only one that I'm missing is Thane Newsong, because I do have a gold Clockwork Aid, so that's kind of nice. But max bronze is level 2 for these guys, and I'm not close. And then we already looked at legendaries. Okay, so I hope your EOS was way better than mine. I did not get any packs. In fact, I think over the past month, I've gotten 1 pack in all, mostly diamond chests. I guess during the season, well, it's always diamond season chests. In season, though, for dailies, a lot of time it ends up being gold. But I don't know about you guys, but there's been a massive drop off in the amount of packs I used to receive. It's actually quite concerning. So, Venston, hello. Land ho. Yeah, I know, it's just around the corner. Guys, this is so exciting. I know I still have a Papa Bear mug, and I'm not necessarily, how do I put it? I want to be very clear about how I feel in terms of Splinterlands right now. I'm not bullish per se, from an investment standpoint, right? I think that there's still a lot of macro headwinds, although I think that, the game is in a much better place now. So it's not that I'm bullish on Splinterlands necessarily. Of course, I am long-term bull, otherwise I wouldn't be here. But it's more excitement. It's more excitement that I am feeling for, I don't know, just everything that's coming up, right? Excitement in the game. Like there's just development happening every week. This maintenance is a relatively big one. So, as a player, maybe this might speak to something even better overall for the game and the health of the game moving forward. But like I've said this many times before. I've been able to separate out my investment side from my player side, right? And so now it's just like, investment side, I'm feeling a little bit of breathing room now. Bitcoin isn't trying to hit new not all-time lows, but like cycle lows. We're not trying to go below 15K. And crypto in general is doing okay. And the tokenomics for Splinterlands seem good. And there's a lot of upcoming syncs, but it's not that I think we're going to just shoot to the moon, but we're in a good spot. But the player side, the gaming side, I'm just like, man, more stuff to do with guilds, more stuff to do with land, more stuff to do with, the player experience. I don't know. Like I'm having fun on the game side. And I think, I don't know, to me that seems like it's way more important, especially if we're trying to bring in new players, because I haven't felt this way about the game for forever. Like I've been here for more than 18 months now, or about 18 months. So, the fact that like the game is changing, and it has changed so dramatically over the past 2 months, just since the beginning of the year, the constant releases, the new updates, new rule sets, new not game modes, but, new games potentially that might be coming in with tower defense, which we didn't hear about yesterday. That I didn't like that in the town hall. We didn't hear about any tower defense. And then Genesis League goals. Like, I don't know, this whole space just seems to be really exciting. And I think I include Genesis League goals because even though there's no game yet, it feels like I'll be playing that with a lot of you guys anyway. So it's exciting nonetheless. Okay, let's see. Jedi Sky Knight, what's happening? Beautiful Girls is awesome. Oh, well, thank you, Tails. So I was supposed to get that out a couple weeks ago. I had the sad part is I had the song done, and I was trying to get somebody to do the what's that called? I was trying to get somebody to do the lyric video. And then, I don't know, things just hit the fan, and ultimately I had to like change a bunch of plans around. Then I was like, man, should I even release this? It was like way past, it was supposed to be Valentine's Day, right? I wanted to drop it as my Rooney, and I would love to get this into the lore. I would love for Nate and the creative team to recognize that my Rooney Holy Auto Tuna has a massive crush on Flore. And so if that can ever be written into lore, that'd be awesome. But at least it's fan fiction for right now. And so, I wanted to get it out on Valentine's Day. I thought it'd be fun or funny. And then at this point I was like, or over the weekend, I was like, all right, well, let me just, find someone, get it done, or just complete the lyric video and then just put it out there. It's like a couple weeks late, but at least I'm not doing it in March instead of February. So I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, that's what I'm having fun with for Holy Auto Tuna. I just want to do more stuff that just makes people laugh, smirk, chuckle, whatever it is. Because I can kind of poke fun at the game and make all these inside jokes that only people who are here will be able to appreciate. So keep an eye out for more of that coming soon, hopefully. Good morning, Rooney 207. What's happening, dude? Love all the videos, man. And I need to get into League of Kingdoms, I think is what you're covering now. So that is exciting. Harris is saying my diamond account, no legendary cards. My silver account, 2 legendaries. Oh God, that sucks. I mean, it's great for your silver account, but that does not bode well for the diamond level stuff. Luthien saying how it's okay. I'm having heart surgery on the 8th, so can't do next weekend. I can do this weekend though. On the 8th. Well, first and foremost, I hope everything goes well. I hope your health is doing good. Sorry, that's what I meant. So when I say next weekend, I should probably be saying this weekend. But I guess the specific date I'm looking at is March 5th. So this upcoming Sunday is, Sunday is when we normally go live. But yeah, if you're free, then I again, if you got a lot of things going on, I can totally understand. But you are more than welcome to hop in and we can do some bummer chum. Which I'll probably be super salty about because I'm not getting any of the cards that I really want. Shop Boy, what's going on? I hope it goes well, Luthien. Good luck. Yeah, we'll all keep Luthien in our thoughts and prayers for sure. I have Now, new Dragon Summoner, Soulbound, Gold Foil at the silver level. Oh, nice. Yeah, I still don't have the Dragon Summoner. The thing is, I'm curious to know, and I'm going to put this out to everybody. It doesn't matter what level you're playing, but I do want to know if you're going to answer what level you do play at. Have you used any of the summoners in any games, like competitively? Has there been a situation where you're like, I need my Quora, or I need my, Isgald Vorse, or I need whatever, that you played and ranked, whether you're in, silver, gold, diamond, champion? I'm just curious if that has actually come into play. And granted, this might be a question more for the lower leagues, mainly because I don't think anybody has max summoners yet, but I'm just curious. Aaron Kennedy, good morning. What's happening? New Age, good to see you here, man. Yeah, I usually catch you on the Tuesday evening one, so I will be live on Splinterlands TV, gosh, in about, 9-ish hours or so. So that should be fun. Let's see here. So yeah, Region 69. Yo, okay, fine. Let's be real with everyone here, because I know I'm put out a couple LAN videos now where we've been talking about this. Here's the deal. If Region 69 does not get taken up by one person, which I very much expect it to be, then sure, we can target Region 69 just for the memes. Where's 69's on the coast? Yeah, I don't mind. Get some water, nice beaches. Let's go. So we are at right now 51. So it's still a while away. Now, the only thing I will say, we can target 69, but what I will say is, if we don't get to 69 by the time some of the surveying stuff goes live and there's like a push to start putting, leveling up your land and putting monsters on it, then I may decide to pull the trigger earlier, because I want to make sure that I continue receiving my SPS, and I want to make sure that I'm participating in land as soon as it's available. So right now we can shoot for 69. If it does not get taken up by a single person claiming the entire region, then good times ahead. Okay, Holy Autotune, a nice one. Thank you, International Travel Channel. Glad you liked it. I hope they find a dark mode for GLG website. Is that easy to code? Anybody who's ever coded before? I feel like that's something that could easily be implemented in. But again, I'm speaking from pure ignorance. VCU is saying, what's your opinion on the best way to purchase DEC with fiat? Buy ETH, then Uniswap, or BNB then Pancake? Well, you're going to pay less fees on BNB and Pancake. So that would be the preferred route. I use the BNB chain much more than ETH, especially for smaller transactions, because of, just the fees on ETH just don't make it worthwhile, in my opinion. So yeah, that's probably where I would go. I don't think there's any other way to purchase with fiat. I don't know if you're based in the US or not. There's like that Transnac, but that might even not be working right now. So the other way that you can do it too, and I've done this a couple times. So again, you just have to maybe not in like super large quantities, because I'm just doing a little bit at a time. But you can buy Bitcoin or Litecoin. Litecoin has less fees, and then transfer that in or bridge it into Hive Engine, and then you will immediately have the swap.ltc or swap.btc there, which you can trade on Hive Engine. No fees for transactions, but you still obviously pay any kind of like LP fees to if you use like tribal decks. That'll still be a couple swaps. I don't know if there's actually I'm curious to see. Let's go to tribal decks here. And I want to see the pools, because if you do, Litecoin used to be one of my favorites, and it's still great, right? It's fast and cheap. So, okay, so if you transfer in Litecoin, there is a liquidity pool with not that high liquidity. It's only like 57K, but you can swap it to Hive and then Hive to DEC. Again, you're going to pay that 0.0 or 0.25% fee twice, but you're also going to have less fees. Now, keep in mind, to transfer in to here, there is a 0.75% deposit fee, which is kind of meh, but that is what it is. But that is another way. I'm not saying it's the best way. I'm just saying it's another way. I'll be thinking of you, Luthi. Yep. It's possible SPL tech modernization, land, SPS chain, etc. requires more focus, divert resources from Soulkeep and GLG. Well, I can understand it taking resources from GLG, but Soulkeep is being developed by another studio, and that studio has now put out two different dev diaries saying that like this thing is done or it's right around the corner. So I just don't, as somebody who is impatiently waiting for tower defense, like I don't know, and this is part of it is on me too, right? Like I did attend the town hall live for most of it yesterday, and I just forgot to ask the question. Also, I was hoping I forgot to ask the question, but I don't know if it's appropriate for me to be asking, because then there's just like everybody gets so confused with the fact that I have a green name that they think that like I have all this information, but I don't. I'm like all of you guys. I just want to know when tower defense is, but it'll look weird if a employee is asking like when is tower defense going to go live. So somebody else needs to do it next time. Rooney 207 is Foyer. Yep, that is his new channel. I can do March 5th. Amazing. Aaron Kennedy, I got no rare epics or legendary. Oh God, that sucks, man. I'm really sorry. Did you get any packs? Maybe. Anyone else having low SPS amounts in chests? I don't know what low is, but I don't normally have high. Actually, that is a lie. I did maybe in the last 2 weeks. There was one SPS chest. I completely missed it because I don't pay attention to it, but I did get 1,000 SPS in there, so that was nice. So I guess I can't complain. I mean, it's not 30,000, but I'll take what I can get. I just realized I forgot to delegate some extra CP for my alt to get a diamond from gold. Oops. Oopsies. I play a diamond, so I haven't. I think I played one bronze or silver tournament. Cool. All right, so they've been a bit reliable in the lower leagues. Since they're under-leveled still, they can be useful in bronze, but get kicked around silver. Interesting. I wonder how people's alts are doing. Like if you're just like either botting or doing lower alt accounts. Oh, I do have an experiment coming up that I am excited about. So I was talking with the Nifty folks, and I think for me as a player, but more importantly, probably like as a content creator, I'm so far removed from bronze. I have no idea what the meta is. I don't know what the new player experience is like. So I've been talking to the Nifty guys, and I think one of the things that I'm going to do is kind of create content to help them onboard newer players. So like if they get a new person that comes in and tries the game, they can see what the progress is, right? So I want to create an account. I need to do it actually today and set it up in bronze as if I'm a brand new player. I'll probably just go and use like the deck feature or the season rental feature and rent something out for the entire season, and then just actually play that account. Obviously, I'm not going to bot it, so I will need to learn how to play bronze. And then I don't know if it'll be daily videos or weekly videos or whatever the case is, but I want to track that journey over 30 days. So I'm excited about doing, I mean, as excited as you can be about getting your ass kicked in bronze, but I am excited about that and kind of creating content, because then at least for a lot of the newer players that are coming in, Nifty can point them to be like, here's what you can essentially do if you get a bronze level deck. Here's how far you can make it. Here's what your progress can look like after a season, after 2 seasons, and then after that, I'll need to figure out what I want to do with the account. But that'll be fun to explore. Maybe I'll get some tips and ideas from you guys on how to navigate it. So new players who go in, do the 30 days of deck delegation, right, from Nifty, what can they do afterwards, right? If I'm going to put more money into the account, if I'm going to continue renting, maybe take some of the earnings that I get. I don't know. So I'm excited about that. Again, obviously it'll be frustrating, but it'll be a fun content play, because for anybody who wants to follow along, we can see what the actual progress is like for a player that's, I mean, I've been around for 18 months now, right? So I know how to play the game. I'm not coming in brand new, but I still don't feel like I know the meta in bronze very well. So exploring that or re-exploring that should be fun. They've been a bit reliable in lower leagues since they're under level still. They can be very useful to get kicked around silver. Yeah. All right. Fair enough. I literally just stopped my bot earlier and played a game to add one more chest to my EOS. I used Lily in 1. Nice. Good to see Lily in action. I have a couple Soulbound Silver Max Summoners and have used them in Silver League tourneys. Most of my gladiators are silver too. Oh, awesome. Okay, so they are coming in handy. There is a place for them. I know I recognize that name from your last hang chat here. Hello, sir. Just kind of cool. All right, y'all talking to each other. What's going on? Pedro, hello. Virus, what's going on? Happy EOS day. Can't you buy your DEC with Litecoin in the game? Saves a swap and move step. I think that's what I was just talking about. But I don't know if you can buy it directly. They cannot sell it directly, but you can go through Hive Engine. Yo, Weirdbeard in the house. I'm appreciative of your excitement and passion. I hope that we continue to make announcements that make you happy and excited for the future, dude. You have been such a big part of this. I know I'm just brown nosing now, but you've been such a big part of this. I think your vision for a lot of the new player experience, a lot of the battle pass and player retention stuff is really exciting. So obviously all that's still getting sorted out, but ultimately I have to say, and I just said this, but I have to say that what we've seen since the beginning of the year as current players has been awesome. What's on the roadmap for the next short term, right? 1 to 4 months, I think is really exciting too. And then, I don't know what's beyond in the second half of this year, but part of that feels so far away that it's almost a good thing, right? Because it's like, man, if we can knock out everything that the team is trying to knock out in the next 3 to 4 months, it's just like, oh, the world kind of opens up. Like the world opens up in Q3, Q4. It's just like, okay, well, if land can, continue its production, we can get all this other stuff, then maybe we can focus on other areas. So I am super excited for that, man. Oh, you did get 3 packs. All right. I got 0 packs, which was a sad day. Liverpool fan. Happy end of season, guys. Hope you get awesome cards. Yeah, Weirdbeard's in the house. It's neat you want to play bronze again, but first novice. Yeah, no. So I will need to start from the bottom of the bottom and see how that goes. But yeah, it'll be fun. I'm not gonna like live stream myself or post all the battles. I think I'm just gonna actually play the account, and then if I can, again, I'm gonna keep the videos super short. It'd be awesome if I could do it like on a daily, just to maybe share the daily rewards. Like very quickly share the daily rewards and then very quickly talk about like, all right, I played 25 battles today, right? God, that sounds like a lot. This is going to be a time commitment. Yikes. Okay, but I'm going to try it because I want to do it for 30 days and really try to help the new players that get onboarded either through Nifty or just on their own, right? If I can create this kind of just, here's what it's like to start the game, it'd be kind of fun. Watch out for the Chungtil XXX army in bronze. Yeah, well, there are bot armies in all the leagues, I would say. The consideration bronze level is that all level 1 summoners cards you get will get you to silver 3, provided you have enough CP. It's hard to say in bronze for the season, just my observation. Yeah, I think if you have leveled up cards, so it's going to be important that I get maxed for bronze cards, right? Because I kind of want to emulate what it's like getting a maxed Chaos Legion deck from maxed Chaos Legion deck from Nifty. That is what I'll be focusing on. Appreciate you too. Thanks for being here. What's up, Weirdbeard? Weirdbeard is a legend, indeed. All right, so a new player finding about Nifty fast is a bit unlikely. Nifty requiring active permission is a bit scary these days. I actually don't know what that's about, Pedro. They're requiring active permission for what though? Yeah, I mean, look, there's no denying that the Nifty thing was off to a rocky start with the bot stuff, but I still think that it's one of the best plays that we can and one of the best uses of all the cards that we're going to burn. So I think if we can onboard people and they just take a more hardline, strict approach, I think we'll be all right. Bronze deck can get you into gold easily. Check my alt. Soccer Monster, enter in Diamond 3. Yeah, but your bronze card, here's the thing. I'm assuming those of you guys that have accounts in bronze that are making it all the way up to silver and gold, they're probably playing with bots. And I will tell you this, I'm not as smart as a bot. I know you can beat a bot, but most of the time when people talk about beating bots, it's because these bots are overperforming in a league where you have like max cards, right? So yeah, in gold, I can kick any bronze bot's ass, right? Or silver bot's ass because I just have overpowered cards. But if I'm going one-on-one against the bot and I have either equal or underpowered cards and they have all the data that I don't, I do worry about that. Did you open any packs? I opened 270-ish. I got 2 Yasiks, 1 Immortalis, and 1 Lily. Wow, that's awesome. Don't know if you got any content around permissions for several platforms like Nifty, Select Peak Monsters, but I'd be curious to watch one. I don't believe any of them require your active key. So if you're saying that Nifty's requiring your active key, that's a big step that I don't think that would cross. I think most of them just require your posting key, but I could be either misinformed or not up to date. Yo, what's up, Level Up Life? How is life for you, man? Always good to see you here. Always good to get your insight. I hope you're stocking up on some DEC now. How do you get the CP? Oh, okay. Luthien is a turd according to Town Hall. Luthien the turd. Nifty requires active permission to take their share of the rewards. Again, but so does Archmage, I believe. Basically, just send a bunch of doubles and gold foil over. Okay, I have only silver max cards, save Lux. I make Diamond 3 regularly, never played a bot. After Nifty requires active key if you are renting decks, I believe. Oh, okay. Well, that's something new. Thank you for letting me know. That is insane. Hold up. I don't like the idea of the active key just floating around. Does that mean I've given I haven't given my active key out to Nifty. Okay, well, I will see if I can do a little bit more research on it. And if you guys really want content, I can dig into it. If it's a gateway for a noob, it doesn't matter. Nifty doesn't require the active key, but only for the borrower, not the lender. Yeah, but even still, if you're a borrower, you're a brand new player to the game, you don't even realize the importance of your active key, and you're giving it away, or you're putting it out there, right? And so now you're open to third-party risk. Nifty gets hacked. Something, there's a breach in the system. So it's like one of those things where if you're brand new, you don't know what you don't know, right? If I was going to do something where I was going to get a card from a Nifty deck, or if I was going to get a Nifty deck, then I guess I would just do it on an alt account, like I don't know, like a separate alt account that didn't have everything tied in. Well, if this is actually the case, and again, I don't want to, because it sounds like we're getting conflicting information here a little bit. Well, no, Nifty does require for borrowers. Okay. Okay. That is something good to know. I'll see if I can look into it a little bit further. I hope there's like some other protections that are put in place. Yeah, for new players, it's a bit scary. Well, the reason is new players don't even realize the kind of danger that they put themselves in. Again, it's like it's so difficult because I want these services to exist, and there has to be a way that these services can exist without putting any kind of vulnerability on either side of the party. Like, the idea is just so great. So I guess ultimately it just comes down to execution, right? Can we find a way to execute it in a way that doesn't allow for some major vulnerabilities? I consider getting Nifty deck until I knew this. I believe Solana Teams needs to collaborate with Nifty to resolve these security concerns. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that at all. I was going to recommend it to a couple of friends to try it, but did not like this. Interesting. Okay. Afshan, it's not for you. It's for a brand new player who owns nothing. Yeah, well, sure, but that brand new player could start owning things quickly. And it's like once the active key is out there, there's a way to reset your keys, right? But I've never even done that. So it's like if you get to a certain point where it's just like, okay, well, now I've built my account up over a couple months of playing the game. I don't, I'm not going to borrow decks from Nifty anymore. I have to reset my keys. Like, I've never even done that. Maybe I should test it out on one of my accounts. Oh my goodness. Okay, thank goodness Bobby is here. So we're gonna actually take this back from the top and get started. What's happening, everybody? I hope your Tuesday is going well. Maintenance hype and all that. Are we in maintenance yet? 10:30, huh? Nope. All right. What else can we do? Can we mess around here? Should we try battle? Oh no, never mind. Boom. All right. Perfect backdrop. Perfect backdrop. Let's go. Counterparty security risk is definitely problematic for Nifty borrowers. It's something SPL team can help resolve. Yeah, well, I think that's something that should definitely be brought up maybe on the next town hall or something. Huh. Yo, Yvonne. Whoa, Yvonne. How kind of you, man. Thank you very much. You just ripped 200 packs. Did you get anything good? But thank you for supporting the channel, man. I appreciate you. I am so sorry I don't have any bubbles. Or a dance. Walking Keys is so good at that, man. He's got the lights, he's got the bubbles. I don't know. I'm just kind of boring here. So I don't know. Something you want me to do? I feel like a stripper now asking me what can $2 buy? I'll have to get a bubble machine just like Walking Keys. That was hilarious. Yeah, those guys are fun. Walking Keys bubble show is epic. Dude. Whatever even music he's playing at the time is fun too. It's not that bad as the keys reset. It's easy with Peak D. You can also update your recovery count just in case it does get compromised. Hive is definitely an advantage that many don't realize. Yeah, so okay. I figure it can't be that difficult. I mean, I know Hive, there's definitely a learning curve. But ultimately, you know, it's the learning curve, and new players coming in just aren't I don't know, sorted. I don't know. Bubbles. We need the after sound shuffle. $2 make you holler. $2 plastic bull mug from what Weirdbeard now too? Oh well, thank you, Weirdbeard. I appreciate you, brother. Contributing to the bubble fund. I can't do bubbles though. I don't want to copy Walking Keys. Like, he is the bubble master. So I'm gonna have to find something else. You know what I do have? Although all my streams are in the morning, I do have it's in the other bedroom. I do have disco lights, so we could throw that into the mix. Disco lights. I'm gonna go to like the dollar store and see if I can find a bunch of fun stuff. If people want something similar to bubbles here. But in all honesty, I appreciate your support of the channel. I will find if you guys are going to keep doing this, I will find more ways to make it fun and engaging for you without copying Walking Keys, because he is the bubble master. Flamethrower. Ooh. Sorry, no. I'm gonna burn down this place, so we should probably not go down that line of thinking. But it is a good suggestion. Laser light show. If not bubbles, maybe you should do cans of silly string. Dude, I'll spend more time cleaning up after the stream than I do streaming. But silly string's fun. Fog machine with laser lights. I'll just put on a full-on Holy Auto Tuna concert for you at that point. Yes. I'll have to make it super dark in here, which I don't think I can do during the day. I mean, I'll have to get blackout curtains, which I guess is possible. I'll get some blackout curtains. You guys will barely see my face. It'll just be lights on in the background. Do I have any pets? Yeah, I do. I have a big, fat, hairy, lazy cat. And I have no idea where he is right now, but he's usually sleeping the whole day. But he's pretty cute. He's a special needs cat. He has a disability called, what is that called? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking now. Oh, cerebellar hypoplasia. So he has an underdeveloped cerebellum. So he lacks balance and it's difficult for him to focus. So he's not like a cat with like laser eyes. where cats can like dart around and follow like the laser or bugs or whatever. It's just like if you throw something, or if you throw like treats, or if you put like the laser, like he like shakes his head because he's having trouble focusing on it. So he's got a happy home. I love him to death, and he lives a good life, very very chill. But what's awesome about it, and I don't mean to say that the disability is awesome, but the silver lining is that he acts like a kitten. So he's just like super clumsy and like going around, and yeah, I don't know. It makes him even that much more lovable. Also, he's not a cat. He's like half dog, half horse. He runs really funny, and unlike other cats, he actually enjoys attention. So it's like getting a dog without the responsibilities, because he still goes to the bathroom and his litter box and all that. Disco ball in the background and get a big 70s fro. Ooh, we can start to do some costumes on the channel, on the live streams. All right, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna make my way over to I don't know where I would get that. Probably not at the dollar store. Maybe Walmart. Maybe I'll go to like one of those. Oh, there's no Halloween stores right now, but we'll find some fun stuff. Oh my gosh, Level Up Life, thank you so much. Getting some international currency here too. I love it. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you. Well, this stream turned into a fundraiser for how we can level it up. I appreciate you guys. But we will find some cool stuff. Okay, so I want to take a quick look since we're in maintenance. Everybody kept talking about cracking open packs. Once again, congrats to Yvonne. You got 2.9 EV on packs with 2 gold foil legendaries. Oh, wow. Wait, you got 2 gold foil legendaries in 200 packs? That's incredible. I was waiting for all the summoners to be in packs. That is pretty sweet. All right. So let's see. So I think we were 8.676. I forgot who it was. Somebody here on the channel said that they took a snapshot of it right before then. So shout out to you. This is not me. So 8.676. So we haven't even opened 100,000 packs yet. Oddly enough, I thought it would have been much more than that. 8.676. Okay, so yeah, about 80,000 packs so far. We've burned 2.25 million. Wait, is this right? Yeah, 2.25 million. Okay, so my guess was 2.35 million. So I guess I'm expecting Chaos Legion to sell out by Saturday. That might have been a little too premature. But I do have the math up on this right now, and with the end of season, we did move up to let's see here. We did move up to March 17th as the last day that Chaos Legion will be available. And actually, when you think about it, it's not really March 17th. It's March 16th. Well, at least for me, it's not really March 17th, because when I wake up on the 17th, everything would be burned away already. So it's really March 16th. But again, the final burn will happen on like 1 a.m. the 17th for me. So if you're on the other side of the world, then it is 17th for you. But for people here in the US, I would say like March 16th will be the last time. Before you go to bed, it will be the last time that you can buy packs from the store. And that is only going to get fewer and fewer over time. Sorry, not fewer, but earlier over time. Because we are at about 15,500 packs until we move it up yet another day. So every 25,000 packs that are bought is 25,000 packs that will not burn. And at this point, I checked this morning. I don't think we have anybody who's surpassed the 2 leaders who bought like 2,000 packs each. So they bought 2,000 and then 400 bonus. So there's 2 people sitting at 2,400 right now. So ultimately, to me, it's a game of chicken. I don't know who becomes impatient first. I don't know who, gets the ball rolling on this. But I do believe that when it happens, it will happen quickly because people will want to make sure if they're coming into snipe, they're doing it at a time when they can maybe just take the game, right? Like At this point, we got what, 450,000 packs? Yeah, or 415,000 packs remaining. So yeah, I mean, I know that I said that, was it 2.35 million. So if there's 415,000 packs remaining, and I expect another 100,000 to be burned, that would mean that there's still 315,000 packs, according to my prediction, that would get bought. And now I'm starting to feel like that's a little too high, unless we start to see fireworks. But as Aaron's saying, maybe the pockets are just tapped out at this point. Even though 100 land plots is not, it's not something to thumb your nose at. But at the same time, if nobody else is going to go heavy, then you don't need to go heavy either, right? You just need to be one more than the second heaviest person, and you're in. All right, Supreme Victory Network. What's happening? All the Soulbound cards being distributed, or are they releasing them in batches? I ask every... Oh, no. I mean, they're all available, but even through 2 seasons, I have a bunch that I have not yet received. So... Active key permission posted in Town Hall. Thank you, Pedro. I appreciate that. I really hope that they come around and answer that. Do you think more single BCX cards, CL cards will hit the market? Yeah. I mean, there's still quite a few packs to be opened. I know we've burned a ton. This circulating percentage isn't right, because ultimately, let's see, hold on. So we have 15 million minus 2250000. So as of now, there's 12.75 million packs. I would say, I'm just gonna remove this down to whatever, 12.75 million packs, right? So 3579419 divided by 12,750,000, right? Yes. Okay. So this number, the circulating number, isn't actually 23%. It's 28%. But again, I know the number is higher, but that's because there's just less packs overall. So it's a bigger percentage of the pool. And it's still significant in my opinion. I mean, I think we're going to get a lot of, look at all the people cracking packs right now. I know there's only been about 80,000 packs cracked since Lily, which was that was just Sunday morning. So over 2 days. Yeah, so I don't know. Otherwise, I'd likely forget. People holding to sell. I have 750. I'm holding to sell. 750 packs? Oh, nice. Okay. I think pockets are just tapped on CL. We talked about that. Lots of DEC gone out of my wallet. Well, we're going to need more DEC soon for land, or anybody who wants land. Can we talk about this, though? So I have I already recorded the 5 biggest takeaways from the town hall, but I posted that video on land last night. 50,000 DEC required to stake maxed monsters on each land plot. That's another 7.5 billion DEC that could potentially go into land by sometime in Q2. Now, I don't think that we're going to fill the full 7.5 billion. And on top of that, we're definitely not going to fill in maybe the 4.5 billion from the land starter packages. But hot damn, both of those combined is 2x the amount of DEC that's currently in circulation. So I agree with the Aftersound. It is a game of chicken. Every day they hold out means they don't have to buy packs anymore. Yes. So, if you're competing to get half the packs that are remaining, just so that you can essentially, body out anybody else, every day that passes is 12,500 packs you don't need to get, right? If you're just going for that top spot. It wouldn't be hard for people to go heavy if they churn packs. Just takes commitment for the prize and a willingness to do it. I wonder if somebody's going to try and exploit the game here, because it's like 100 land plots, 50 land plots per second, and I think 25 for third. Like, you take a huge risk if you decide to go for all 3 spots from different accounts, right? Because it's like, if you get past even just one, right? All of a sudden it's like, well, I could have just put everything on the max and ensured that I got 100 land plots, but no. We'll see what the game theory ends up being like. Do people have predictions on when we sell out? I mean, it's between now and I would say the 16th at this point. I know my little calculator here is showing the 17th, but the 17th will just be the final burn. And at this point on that morning, we're going to burn what, 15,000 packs. So yeah, between now and the 16th, or you can say the 17th if you want, if you don't think we're going to sell any more packs, but there will still be packs opened up in reward chests. And the important thing is there is going to be one more season end towards in 14 days. So there could potentially be one more season end. But I would say that there's no way that we make it to the end of this current season without Chaos Legion being sold out. Like, that's just too close. And I think we're gonna, even if people don't buy, even if people don't care about the 100 land plots or whatever, I think that the amount of packs that are given out over a 1.5 week period might be enough to get us there even sooner than the 16th. So what was my prediction again? I said 4 more burns. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so yes, mine is Saturday the 4th. I'm not going to modify it now. I made my prediction. I'm going to stand by it, but I'm just curious where everybody else is seeing. So I have the 4th. So I'm looking at a calendar off screen, but yeah, so I have the 4th. What's up, Vilson? Good to see you here, brother. Watched Jeff open cards for about 20 minutes the other day, opening several thousand packs. Nice. Yeah, dude, he is a pack lord for sure. Vilson, do you still hold packs for speculation? I do. I have a couple that I haven't opened up, and then I bought more. I didn't buy during the bulk sale, but there was a dip in January or something like that, and I saw a good amount of packs for $2. So I picked those up, and I guess I wish I'd picked up more because that's already like a 25% increase in value since packs are trading around like $2.50 now. So yeah, I mean, I'll hold it for a bit. I don't feel the need to open them, even though I don't even have a maxed Chaos Legion set. I opened mine after the last airdrop. Still needed to go buy more Astro and Lily to complete the collection. Oh, well, congratulations on completing it. Plot's getting way more expensive. Saw your video on that. It was great. Well, thank you. I think if you want to roll the dice, go ahead. I personally think you're gonna overpay. But that is the privilege of opening packs, right? Like, even now, you go look at the pack value for this. Like, packs are trading for $2.34, and your estimated value on average is $2.25. So yes, if you do it enough, you'll get, even if you do it enough, over time, you will average on a big enough scale, you will average 9 cents less than what you paid for them. But the thing with land plots is that you can't really scale that up unless you're coming in with like tens of thousands of dollars and you're going to buy a bunch of land and have that be whatever value, right? And hopefully you get a legendary or I don't know if they'll have gold foil, but you get my point. So I don't know. I think plots, I don't know. I just have zero interest in plots. I have way more interest in scooping up land if it drops to like $20, 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever it is. If it aligns with what I am looking for and is in the region that I'm in, right? Or I guess the region that I'm in or territory that I'm in. What's up, Dragon? Good to see you here. Yeah, I have 600k DEC sitting for maybe 3 plots. Yeah, that might be a little excessive. Got it LPs right now. Oh, that's fine. I mean, DEC and LPs is not a bad deal. Rooney207 saying it's possible the top 3 leaderboard spots may collude to save dollars and still collect and share the top 3 prizes. Maybe. Get gank going again. Well, if 3 people want to collude, that's fine. But the world is way more than 3 people, so I don't think. It's not like 3 whales can come together and be like, well, we know that nobody's going to outspend us. There's no guarantee of that. So if they want to collude, that's fine. But what happens when that 4th whale, who isn't colluding with anyone, but is going to come in and snipe it at the top, comes in, takes the top spot, and then you have the 3 whales splitting the bottom 2 prizes. Glad I do not own a tracked region. That's like giving me a Rolls Royce. I could not afford keeping it. It's like having to pay for the maintenance of it. Oh my gosh, yeah. I know people are probably will watch that video that I posted last night and be like, "Oh, this dude's coping that he got into the game late and he didn't have a region or tracked." And fine, that's a fair criticism, and I tried to call it out myself. The point being, though, is that like I don't know what kind of mentality or mindset I would be in if I held a region and then I was told over the last couple of town halls or last couple of weeks that in order to maximize my region, I would need to sink $80,000 into the game, or $60,000 if I had the cards already, right? Like I'd be like, what the hell? I bought this thing for $20 a pop and now I have to pay way more just to get something out of it. Like that's crazy to me. So I fully expect a ton of surveying to happen, potentially without even the land starter packages. I think people will just go, like, if you're a region holder, just to survey your land and get like a building posted on each. I mean, that's 10K DEC. Was that $7.50 right now times 1,000? So that's like another $7,000. Like, would you even pay that just to get a building put in? Because I don't think you would worry about the totem. I don't think you'd worry about the time crystals. Like the totem and the time crystals are going to be for people like me who have 2 plots and are like, oh yeah, I'll throw a couple extra bucks for my plots. Let's go. But I think landowners will finally take profit because they will be forced to take profit. Right? They are up from region and tract holders will be forced to take profit. For the longest time, they've been holding on to land mainly because they had to, right? You couldn't split up your tracts or regions until now. But now that you can, they still don't want to take a chance because there's still a little not forced, but you don't want to risk selling off, splitting up your deeds, selling one off and then finding out that the one you sold ends up being the castle or keep. So I would think that they're going to survey probably without paying for the any of the surveying bonuses. So that's why, like, when I look at that 4.5 billion DEC sync, like, it's cool that it's going live and that it's there. But I think only smaller landholders like myself will probably end up taking, getting some kind of use out of it. Which, again, when you look at things, maybe it won't even be like $1 billion DEC that's spent on it. It's a good idea, but when I really think about this from a land, region or tract holder's perspective, it just does not. Like, again, I'm not rolling in it, so I'm not rolling in DEC and money. So maybe some of these whales, like, they're just like, oh yeah, 80 grand to play a game. Yeah, let's do it. Like, this is my Saturday, right? I just need to not take my private. I just won't fly to Venice this weekend. I'm like, let's go. But for most of the rest of the region holders, I doubt that's going to be the case. Land cost has been a disappointment holding for these 2 years. Yeah, I got a ton of SPS, but did not sell it, but may need to now. Well, so that's exactly what I'm talking about, New Age. Now I think landholders will finally be forced to take profit because it's like, I can further invest in this, but take solace. Take solace in the fact that if you bought land at $20 a pop, $15 a pop, I mean, you're still coming away with a 6x in 2 years, 7x maybe even, because like plots are going up right now. So, at the end of the day, what will that look like if you, well, actually, you wouldn't even be able to confirm that you get the 7x. But if you survey your land plot without any of the, any additional investment into it, I'm sure you're going to have some legendaries. You're going to have some epics. It's going to look good, right? And then you just sell off the commons. And then you have other land plots that are solid, right? But yeah. Bobby says, I agree. I like the neutral reward cards for plots. I did not realize each card splinter will be better on certain plots. I mean, that was never confirmed, but I always had a feeling, right? Because it's just like, if they're going to have magic, or if they're going to have different land types, then it only makes sense that splinters go with each of them. Almost anyone holding land through the SPS distribute phase already earned back their land cost. Correct. So yes, through the airdrop and then through the secondary airdrop that's happening with the land rewards, I would say that they've returned their cost from the initial cost basis, right, of $15 to $20 per land. So now it's like, okay, well, you essentially got your land for free, which means if you sell it, then you're already in the green. But in order to like take full advantage of it, you'll have to put more in. As soon as I win the lottery, I'm going to become a passport king. Nice. Agreed, KQ, but never sold any, so may need to sell at these low prices to build. Seems different than the original plan. You know what actually makes me really happy about this, and New Age, I don't know if you're a region holder, and for any region or tract holders out there, I don't mean this as a way to throw shade at you, but like, not at all. I'm just talking objectively for the health of the game. I don't think that it's necessarily a bad thing for major landholders to realize, for major landholders to sell off some of the assets because it's just too expensive, because ultimately I think it puts the game in a better place. Somebody who comes into the game in 6 months, the question was always like, oh, well, all the assets just filter up to the whales. Well, yes, in a certain sense, that's kind of how the game is designed. But with something like land, where, at this point we don't know, or at least we've been told there's no more land coming. I wouldn't be surprised if, at some point in the future, there might be another land sale. But again, they need to get this land thing right first, and very, very expensive and very desired. So the point that I'm trying to say is diversifying the assets so that you don't have, I don't know, like, aren't there people who own like 2 tracks, right? Or sorry, 2 regions or 3 regions, whatever the case is. Like, if they have to sell off some of theirs, and even if they're just selling off the low end ones, the fact that players who are coming in over the next 6 months, over the next 12 months, are going to be able to enter into the land game. And sure, they might just be buying common plots, but at least they're allowed to come in, start building up their assets, start building up their land business, and be a part of it. And it's not just like all of this value going to the people who bought land 2 years ago. And I wasn't even around 2 years ago. So I don't know. I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. The bulk sell buy was a big win for me. Yeah, I mean, people got packs for like $1.60, I think, ultimately. My estimate to max out soulbound cards and Diamond Champ, 10 seasons for common. Oh, yeah, interesting. Okay. I haven't done the math on this, but for Diamond Champion, 10 seasons for common. Yeah, common is going way faster. 30 to 40 seasons for legendary. That's interesting. Because that's more than a year. And that's going to make these legendary cards way more valuable. Some of them are pretty good. Some of them suck, in my opinion. They're bums, but that sounds like a job for Gag. Again, can apply poker ICO. All right, Saturday is definitely possible. If someone only bought 8,000 packs, you'll end up getting additional 50%, 16,000, 25%, 80K. You think someone's going to be in that range? 80K packs? That's a lot. But then again, I need that in order to win my prediction. So, what do you know about GLX nodes? Said they might be airdropped. We don't know anything yet, Joffrey. And I think the going theory from Gene Pool right now is that there's going to be some kind of governance vote on the GLX side, which I don't know how I necessarily feel about that, because there's a lot of hostility from the GLX crowd, like only GLX crowd to the Splinterlands crowd. Like, they don't want a lot of stuff airdropped to the Splinterlands crowd because they just don't like the idea of it, being given out there. And that's fine. I can understand that. It dilutes the rewards and yada, yada, yada. Like, that's fine. I'm not saying that they have I am not saying that they have an invalid argument. But ultimately, like, I have no idea what's going to happen. So I was hoping that the team would have this ironed out a little bit better before they started, announcing the pre-sale of nodes, but we're still waiting. So I bet we will be able to rent plots cheap, but not a good deal. I will have to develop plots too. I will only rent already developed plots. So as of now, it doesn't sound like there's going to be plot rental available, at least not in phase 1.5, maybe in phase 2. So just something to keep in mind. Like, you will be responsible for your own land. And you can't get other people to like max that out or do things with it. But you will be able to, I think that you will be able to rent cards to work your land. So that's not a bad idea. Red Ted, don't ever apologize, man. I'm just glad you're here. Pedro, I think everyone expecting this added cost to happen unless they were clueless, but we're getting cheap prices for all these things because of all the complaining. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying my best to be empathetic to landholders, large landholders who are just like, man, I already bought this thing. I don't want to have to pay more to use it, right? Because I can understand that argument. But then the flip side is like, well, just because you're early, are you going to be getting like all the different kinds of benefits? I don't disagree with the team's approach where land needs to be worked and there needs to be further investment. And it's like, at the end of the day, somebody already mentioned it. Like, if you've been holding land since the beginning, you've gotten paid quite handsomely. And now you can either choose to further invest into your land and hopefully get benefits from that in the future, or you can take profit, right? Take profit, let somebody else take care of it. So I do worry the SPL team may not capture enough recurring and residual revenue. I hope their CFO will a recurring revenue land model for SPL long term. Well, land isn't meant to be land is not meant to be an earner for the team. I think that the team is earning strictly through pack sales and then market fees right now. But even then, there's so many better secondary markets: Splex, Peak Monsters, Monster Market. Like, so the team doesn't even get all of that revenue, because a lot of that will go to the third-party people who, rightfully so, have made better interfaces for the market and therefore deserve the fees. So, if we can get a battle pass, something like that, to create ongoing revenue, I think that would be great. Matt mentioned something really interesting in the town hall yesterday, which I didn't cover in my 5 biggest takeaways, but I think is worth mentioning here. But he talked about how somebody asked a question about new cards, core editions that the team is putting out, and how that essentially makes cards inflationary. That essentially makes DEC inflationary infinitely, because of the fact that like the team will always be making these cards. So somebody asked, they're like, well, can you burn, like, maybe instead of like buying, cards with DEC, you burn the DEC to buy the packs? And Matt responded, obviously, with, well, this is kind of how the team makes its money. This is how we pay all the people to bring you this stuff. So it has to be a recurring revenue model. But then he transitioned and said, maybe Splinterlands can in the future get to a point where they are in the kind of asset appreciation model, meaning that they hold a good amount of SPS. And if you get SPS to a place where it is constantly appreciating in value because you're putting so much value into DEC, burning DEC, and then burning SPS to mint more DEC, that SPS continues to go up, then maybe the team takes their profits from holding that SPS rather than, or gets the revenue from holding that SPS, or selling some of that SPS in order to fund the team rather than getting money from pack sales. And I'm like, that's a great idea. And I hope they never do it. It's just, I don't mind them creating new pack sets and whatever. Like, they're bringing us a game, and I think that it's important that they get paid to do so. I would love the idea of SPS only going up for forever, but we just know how assets are. I mean, even the best companies in the world dip down in bear markets. And it's like, if the team is going to take that approach, sure, maybe they can do a special promo, or maybe they can do like a certain set or something where they don't take any profit from it, and it's just a DEC burning exercise. But we already kind of have that with the Rift Watchers of the world, right? Rift Watchers and the Dice of the world. So I don't know. It's interesting that he was thinking about that, because obviously I think that showed just how bullish he is, that he thinks that SPS can appreciate to a point where, the team is getting their revenue from it. It just makes me uncomfortable. It makes me bullish because I'm like, he said it, but then it makes me uncomfortable if they ever did anything like that. Although you could find a way to create a certain, hybrid approach where it's like, all right, let's say there's a future pack set that's 15 million packs, right? Similar to Chaos Legion. Maybe the first, maybe a portion of that gets burned, right? So we pay 4,000 DEC, but maybe 25% of that DEC actually gets burned, and the rest goes to the team. And that's because the rest of the assets within the game are doing so well. Maybe they have the battle pass out there to offset. Maybe there's some other different tournaments or sponsorships or endorsements, whatever the case is, that they can bring in to bring more money into the ecosystem, to bring more money to the team, partnerships. I don't know. Like, to me, the revenue model is going to evolve over time, but I don't mind them getting their money from pack sets, because maybe I'm biased. I'm definitely biased, but I've gotten to see a ton of the creative team and see how much work, effort, and energy that they put into this, some of the dev team. So, people need to be compensated for the amount of work that they put in. And right now, this is the best way to do it. So hopefully if they find alternative methods, we are in Web3, so I would say everything is cutting edge. But ultimately, if, ultimately, as long as they can make sure that they are compensating people appropriately. So gonna get off my soapbox now. D-Tough, the best player in the game, has graced us with his presence. What is going on, D-Tough? Good to have you here, man. The #1 champ. Let's go. It wasn't clear. Will we be able to put 5 Rooney in land? I don't think so. But it wasn't clear. So my guess is that Rooney is going to be so valuable on land because maybe Rooney and only Rooney will be able to take up like a 6th spot. This is a complete speculation, pure speculation, complete guess. But if they're trying to make Rooney special in that way, then sure, I guess Rooney could take up a spot, out of one of the 5. But if, another way to do it is like, well, each land plot has a 6th potential spot that's only available for Rooney and maybe any other like Rooney related projects they do in the future. I expect a castle to be over 10K and that covers the total cost of the region. That's a good point. I mean, wait, regions are going way more than 10K right now. Hello all. Don't forget OG's got free totems. Indeed. So Dragon, I'm probably selling off 10 or 20 plots out of my tracts for profit to pay for the upgrades. See, there you go. Dragon's gonna be probably not the first or the last. Dude, you are 100% correct about region shade. Land is set up for the 1 plot owner, and that's a win for the community. I don't think it's a bad thing for more people to get into land and to make it more affordable for them to get into land with land dropping in price. So Secret of Pretoria equals discovering new land reveal. Well, Pretoria is only supposedly one continent on the planet of, I don't even know what the name of the planet is. But if you guys were here with me and Darkest Night a couple of months ago, there's only one kind of land we want. There's only one land that'll make us happy, and that's Wen Moon. We want moon land and only moon land. I agree. While disappointed, the team has never failed community in the end. I enjoy the game and love chasing the assets, well diversified beyond my 4 tracks. Indeed. At the end of the day, for New Age and Dragon, like, you don't have to put your land to work right away. And sure, is that detrimental for you? Yes, but at the same time, you keep it off the market and nobody else is working on the land. So it's not like it's not necessarily a net negative. It could just be a net neutral, because if you and a bunch of other people decide that you don't want to sell your land and you're just going to work up 1 plot at a time, yes, land rollout goes much slower than expected, but you also get the benefit of not having a dilution of rewards potentially because other people are, making their way. So at what point do you think plots lose their value as a lotto ticket? How much surveying has to occur, or do plots have a lotto ticket value floor? It's too hard to tell. I mean, I know we've thrown out super bearish predictions of like common plots being $20 to $50. But actually, Chuni, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna give you the opposite answer, because what we don't have right now is this for land. Right? We don't have something clean like this that we have for all the pack sets, where what is the price on Hive Engine for a plot and what is the estimated value? We don't have the estimated value yet. But as soon as land starts getting surveyed and then potentially placed on the market, we will get an estimated value, right? Based on, if we can find out what the figures are for what are your chances of getting XYZ land, right? And there's so many factors, because it's not just card packs, right? Or it's not just cards in a pack. It's like, is the land, what is the rarity of the land? Does it have magical resources? Is it occupied? Like, there's going to be all different kinds of things, and that's going to be a very complicated algorithm that will decide what the estimated value is. But once we do have that, we'll see plots either go down or potentially even go up, because people love to gamble. So, anyone know a missing BCX search where one can put 2 different accounts? other than the Bug Splex one? I don't think so. I just know the missing BCX here on Splinter cards with one account. We can use Soulbound on land. Not confirmed yet. Although Matt said he didn't think that there's a reason we shouldn't be able to use Soulbound or Gladiator. Do you think staking on land would affect the rental market, as people won't put their cards in the rental market and use their cards to work land? Yeah. Well, I think that's the general expectation, Liverpool fan. I think there's an expectation, at least from the team, that land in all its glory is going to suck up cards off the market. So not only will they become more expensive to rent, but they may just not even be there. So again, I think the cards that are meta are going to be there, and it's going to be your low, I don't say low level, but like your non-meta cards that are it's going to be your non-meta cards that probably get sucked up into land more often than not. One, because they're cheaper. Two, because people don't use them. But at some point, if the team is successful, you may just get a lot of cards that you would want to complete your deck, right? Like a random Vinari Spellsmith or whatever the case is, right? So, and it's not there. So I don't know. It's just a thought. I didn't realize there was even a GLX crowd. Thought they were all Splinterlands players. Haven't heard anything about them bringing in outside players. Well, if you go into the GLX Discord, there's definitely some names in there that you will see that are not in the Splinterlands Discord. And I am not trying in any way to throw any shade to the GLX community. I think it's very much a crossover, right? But there's definitely some new players there that have no interest in a fantasy game, but are interested in a soccer game. So when I was saying that, it's not that I dislike the GLX community. I think they're cool, but they are developing their own personality. And one of the little quirks that has come up, especially with this node license thing, is this, Splinterlands players are getting too much, right? Or they're going to have too much say in a game that they don't even care about. And it's like, okay, like, you could be right, but you're also generalizing like crazy, right? Because I am a Splinterlands player. I do hold a good amount of SPS, and I've been getting GLX airdrops. I do hold nodes, and I'm hoping for a node airdrop. And I would say that I care almost equally about both games, and want them both to succeed individually, but then of course under the same blanket with the Splinterlands or the Splinterlands umbrella. So again, I think we'll continue to see that between now and November or October, whenever the airdrop ends, and then the games will kind of go their own separate ways and evolve. GLX is going to do its own thing and evolve separately. It's going to be its own game, and they're going to do their own marketing for it. But for the next couple of months, we'll call it 6 to 8 months, I think there's still going to be a lot of crossover that could have some animosity on it. Because I know if they were to do 1-to-1, or they're not going to do 1-to-1, but if they were to do like 2-to-1 airdrop, I mean, you'd have a lot of people on the GLX side that would be really upset about that, who've already expressed that they would be upset about it. Good evening, Osku. Good to see you here. I was thinking about a land tax share between team or community, SPL, and potentially DAO. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, real estate is taxed in the real world, but I think we just need to get land started first, and people need to see the value of land before they start paying additional taxes on it. Wilson, I didn't see the 5 takeaway video. Did you? No, I didn't upload it. I recorded it this morning, and then I was like, you know what? Let me just hop on live because. So it's actually I haven't even uploaded it, so I'll do that after I'm done here. This would affect the new user experience, as cards would be expensive to rent. Yes, but people are weird. This game reached a fever pitch between Untamed and Chaos Legion when cards were going for super high amounts. And, it's an interesting thesis. Will it play out again? I don't know. I hope so, right? Because in a way, cards going up in value is obviously good for the ecosystem, but there are much easier ways to buy cards now and cards and packs on the secondary market. Plus, there's just a ton more cards. So, if we get an influx of players, I don't necessarily see that being a bad thing, right? New user experience, like the game is just way better, way more fun than it used to be. And there's constant updates happening. The team has their ear to the ground. Weirdbeard has been a huge part of that. So, if we get like 25,000 new players who are all starting off in bronze, silver, and then working their way up, and they become active members of the community in Discord, and they're able to interface with Weirdbeard and other members, like, and get their feedback heard. It's not going to be like end of 2021, where, people had a ton of feedback, but the team couldn't do anything about it because they were just so strapped for resources. They were just so backed up, trying to keep the game up, trying to get Chaos Legion out, trying to, maintain servers and all that. The game and the company, it seems, the team seem to be in a much better place right now, that I would love to see a little bit more explosive player growth happen over the next 6 months. We need more abilities and or combo of abilities per card. We're getting new abilities every set, so. Oscu, but they should not make packs more expensive. $4 seems to be a sweet spot. Talks about $10 packs. $5 or $6 with vouchers make me really angry and not want to continue play and invest in my deck. I have no idea what they're going to do. But if they follow the GLG model, then you might be upset. No joke, when land becomes playable, I will ignore everything else. I'm going full-blown land players. Let's go, Level Up Life. He's all in. Game is back up. Not for me. All right. Sorry to be awesome and run, but it's time to do my 2 hours of Spanish for beginners. All right, man, do your thing. It's good to have you here, Bobby. Hope all is well. Sins had the best end-of-season rewards ever. I got a total of 3 different gold foil legendary cards, 8 copies of them all together. Oh my gosh. That's incredible. Well, you took everybody's RNG, and don't be surprised if people hate you. No, but congratulations. How do you find their Discord? It's been posted in Splinterlands for a bit. You know what? You might just be able to go to the website. I think you can just go to the GL Genesis League website. Yeah. All right. So if you go to the Genesis League website, genesisleaguesports.com, which you should hopefully be in, because if you're not already in there, then you should probably set up an account tied to your Splinterlands account where you hopefully have been staking SPS, and you will actually have a good amount of GLX sitting in there. Not a good amount, but a couple months worth of airdrops. All right, hold on, my ears are hurting. All right, so I do not think the rental market will be affected as much by land as people think, because bonus rewards will always be used unless plots are going to be. Probably a lot of reward cards, and we have a lot of the Chaos Legion reward cards. Those are going to get eaten up, but we just have too many of them. So, what are you doing with your rentals with the 1 DEC charge? I don't have that many cards for rental, so I might just, again, this goes live next week. So my thought process is I'm just going to price them fairly for maybe a season, right? Maybe daily, maybe season. I'm going to keep it something that I think is fair throughout the entire season. And then I'm just going to let it ride. And as long as they get rented out once every 30 days, I'm good. Jarvis Jones, whose Discord are you looking for? I believe it was the GLX one. Did I hear Matt say the 1 DEC charge was per transaction? So if you list 100 at a time, the charge is still 1 DEC. Okay, so I will need to listen back to it again. I don't think it's per transaction, but there is, I think, a set feature coming out. Aggie has talked about wanting there to be card sleeves. So for example, if you were going to rent out, and you'd have to like set this up, and it would be qualified within the Splinterlands system, where let's say you had enough cards to rent out for a bronze Chaos Agent deck, right? Then you could designate that as a set, and that set would be confirmed and verified or validated by the Splinterlands team. So again, like it would be a set of cards that has all of Chaos Agent at the bronze level or at the silver level, whatever the case is, right? But you set it up as a set within the game, and then you could rent out that entire set, right? And at that point, you'd only pay 1 DEC, because their whole thing with this 1 DEC charge is to stop like massive repricing and the botting that's happening in the rental markets, or in not just the rental, but in both markets. So it's been taxing on the servers. It's been slowing down the system. It's been slowing down a lot of the Hive transactions. Like we run behind on blocks. So yeah, I think to answer your question, that's what it was. But that may still be a little bit down the road. And if I'm wrong, then that's even better, because it's just like if you're gonna put a bunch of cards in a single transaction and it's only one DEC, then that makes it even better. Ultimately, it accomplishes the same goal of reducing the amount of spam, right? Spam transactions that would be happening, while allowing people to still, put up a bunch of cards for rent. I need a Lily strategy video, getting whooped with it. I don't even have a gold level Lily, so I don't know how good or bad it is. I'm assuming at this point that it's not necessarily game breaking if people are struggling. It's not like a kitty. So yeah, I'll have to give it a shot. I think I need one more BCX.
I don't know how to respond
to that. Chill out, Siri. I need one more BCX to get gold level. So I'm just waiting for the market to sort itself out. Should we refresh and see? Nope, still down. Okay. Oh, I do have the Genesis League thing here open. So if you're still looking at the bottom, there's like a Twitter thing and a Discord link, so you could probably just go there. Oh, but it logged me out, of course. Now, something that I'll probably end up covering on a video, maybe not today, but I'll give it a couple more days potentially, is this right here. Let me refresh Peak Monsters. Oh, Peak Monster on maintenance too? Splinter cards, you a real one. You're not going under maintenance. This has been nice to see. We're burning a little bit more. We're burning a little bit more than a million DEC per day, which again, that's still relatively slow. Obviously, I think we just printed about 7 million or 7.5 million more DEC today. Yeah, with the end of season rewards, we were at 6.362 last night. So yeah. Oh man. We're seeing the amount of GLX burned go up, which is good. I think we need to get to, what is it? Oh, not 2 million, but 20 million. And that'll be 1% of all GLX. Although, once we get to 600,000, that's 1% of what is currently staked. And I don't know how much I really want someone to add how much is in current circulation, not counting the DAO. Bitcoin hanging on 23. Man, Riftwatch has just been a grind. I don't think that this is going to sell out as quickly as people might be thinking. I think people are still going to wait for a DEC discount, and here's the thing. People are going to wait for a DEC discount on this or another proposal if they don't see a move. But the closer DEC gets to peg, and I would say, it's a little bullish, but a lot of people have been predicting that, DEC is going to make its way back to peg by Q2 sometime. And we've seen DEC tick up, right? DEC's like been above 750 Splintoshis for a while, or just, in that range. So the higher this goes up, the less of a discount there is. And so therefore people will just be like, meh, all right, I might as well just go ahead and buy it rather than waiting for a discount. Or they could wait for SPS to appreciate in value, but then they're waiting even longer. So there'll be a couple things that crunch the supply of cards over time. And we'll just have to see if the demand for Rift Watchers and demand for new cards ends up playing out. I've been taking my Splinterforge winnings and buying alpha cards. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm just not playing Splinterforge. Just haven't gotten into it. I want to, and I've wanted to, but I've played a couple games here and there and just haven't been able to continue. Lily's strategy: avoid fire team with Yasik. Yeah, that's a perfect counter. Hear that, Rooney? Nice. Yeah, you're welcome. APR on GLX is insane. Yeah, I mean it's pretty solid right now. Again, this includes the GLGT, which I don't know what the price of GLGT is. Oh, right here. Oh, this came down from 20 cents. Should have sold. Any info about Rooney parts swapping? No, I think Rooney, I wouldn't be surprised if we get that in Q2 though. It seemed like it was something on the roadmap. Oh, what did Aggie say? Okay, a couple of town halls ago, and I think I even put this as a biggest takeaway on a previous town hall. Aggie mentioned that he saw on the internal roadmap that Rooney would be available to rent out, that was going to be worked on. And then Matt was on the town hall last night and said, no, that's not on the roadmap. So just yet another reminder that the stuff that you hear on the town hall should not be taken, or should all be taken with a grain of salt. Wait until there's a post, wait until there's something official. And then even then, wait until there's a, SPS proposal to overturn it. How much the ECB has been purchased? I think just a little bit over 1/4, like 500 million so far. So do we need DECB for surveying land as well? Not just for production boost? You don't need DECB. You don't need DECB at all. DECB is just offering you a discount on anything that you burn for land. So for the surveying part, that should be an eligible thing to use DECB on. And right now, if you're going to spend, it makes way more sense, whether you're using DEC or vouchers. Because it's like, if I have 8,000 DEC right now, I can turn that into 10,000 DECB and I'm going to be able to redeem the value appropriately. I think that's the math. So yeah, I don't know if DECB is going to get bought up like that, but I just started buying a little bit more myself because I realized that I'm going to need, if I want to fully max out my land with all the different starter packages, I got 2 plots. That's going to take 60,000 DECB. Or what will be the equivalent? 60,000 DECB or 48,000 DEC. Because I could still buy the DECB. And then I've just been converting extra vouchers into it as well. Rooney 207 saying it's possible. Yamamat is thinking it's better to rent out Rooney on OpenSea, ETH, or potentially the Polygon network. Yeah. I mean, that's always an option right now. There's just no proper market for it. So I would love the game to transfer or to bridge to Polygon though. It seems like a lot of cool things are happening on Polygon, and they just changed their name from Polygon Studios to Polygon Gaming, which I think shows the direction that they're headed. So no DEC for survey. Well, no, I mean, again, DEC and DECB can both be used for survey, but it's like, if you're planning to use this DEC for surveying, at this point in time, it's better to get DECB, because let's put it this way: if you wait, or if you want to spend DEC, or if you wait until it's sold, DECB is sold out, you will have to spend 30,000 DECB or DEC per plot. All right. So, but if you go in, if you know that DEC is set aside, you've already got it, it's set aside for that purpose, you can just go and buy your DECB, because DECB will be usable on those plots, on the surveying, and you'd pay, you'd get like a 20% discount. So again, it doesn't matter what the price of DEC is. This is irrelevant of that price, or irrespective of that price, because you can go in and buy one DECB token, which is equivalent to DEC when redeeming it, for 0.8 DEC. So again, it doesn't matter what the price of DEC actually is. It's just, if you know this is going to be what you're spending for your surveying, then that'll be an important thing to do. I was just planning for 60K for the boosts. Well, there you go. If you're planning so here's the thing. If you have 60K DEC set aside for the boosts right now, this is not financial advice. I'm just letting you know there's an opportunity available where you can lock up the amount that you need for surveying for 48K DEC right now. So if you were to go and take your 60K DEC, take 48K of that and go buy DECB, you would receive 60,000 DECB, and you'd still have 12K DEC left over that you could move around. Now, DECB is soul-bound to your account. So make sure you do it on an account that you're going to be using with land, or transfer land to that account later. But it just doesn't make any sense right now. So I'm in the same boat as you, right? I need 60K DEC or DECB in order to get the maximum amount of boosts for my land during the surveying process. So I can either hold 60K DEC and I get the flexibility of like holding it and moving it around and doing whatever I need to, transferring it, trading it, selling it. But I could spend 48K DEC to get the 60K that I need for that plot, and then, save 20% essentially. So again, it's going to be, if you want the max per plot, it's 30K, right? But you can break it down into 10K for each of the different options. And I forgot what they are. One is a starter building. One is time crystals to like speed up your progress. And then the last one is this unstable totem. So it's just a boost for a short period of time. So you don't need all of them. In fact, you don't need any of them to survey, but if you want it, they're there. Awesome extra DECB for 3 starter potions for land. Hopefully I can join you guys on the same track. Yeah, I think we're shooting for 69 right now, unless things escalate quickly. Okay. How do I burn vouchers, and how many do I need to burn for one plot of land? How do you burn vouchers? How many? So are you trying to get DECB? You can just go buy the DECB. I know how it works. What I was asking is there. Oh, okay. I don't think there's going to be an extra cost. I think you'll be able to survey your land for free. I mean, there shouldn't be a cost to that. That's like an unnecessary gate, in my opinion. It's like if you want a little boost, you want to get ahead of the pack, you can do that. But to open your pack, essentially, I don't think there should be a charge, and I haven't heard of one. Gonna get it with vouchers. Very cool. Takes 60K. No. The max that you can spend is going to be 30K DEC or DECB. But again, you don't need anything. You could open it. You could survey your land 100% for free. But at the time that you survey your land, you can get these starter packages, of which there are 3 that go for 10,000 DEC or DECB each. Cool. Sorry. No, you're good, man. It's just what happens with text-based conversation. Sorry, I wasn't trying to lay it down on you there. Are you planning to buy temporary totem starter pack? I mean, if I had the assets for it, why not? I've just been moving a lot of extra vouchers that I have into it. So far, yes. But I only have like 3,000 DECB. So I need to start buying more. And I guess now that it's around the corner in March, it's not that I expect, people are going to FOMO into DECB, but I do expect many people are waiting for the flexibility, or, they're choosing flexibility over buying DECB right now. But as soon as we get a go live date, and as long as that go live date happens within the next 30 days, I would expect probably DECB sales to tick up over that time period, because again, it just doesn't make sense for it not to if you're going to survey your land. Yes, everything I have 1 plot. Yep. Okay, so 30K DEC is what you will need. Again, if you want to set it aside now and lock it up, you could spend 24K DEC or equivalent amount of vouchers for DECB. I mean to get the max boost. I want to burn vouchers for voucher B. If only it worked that way. There is voucher G though. Is there any LP available where you can use DEC? Yeah, there's several of them. There's the DEC DAI on the Ethereum network. There's the BUSD DEC on the Binance or BNB chain, which I would be a little wary of now. I actually still have some capital there, but with all the FUD happening on BUSD, that might not be the best place, but it is an option. And then there's the SPS DEC pool, and I believe there's even an I believe there's even a Hive DEC pool. And I don't think the game is back up and running. I'm just gonna check on the other computer here. Nope, still down for maintenance. But you can go to that, LP section and see what's available. So are you planning to organize a group tracked by? Not at this time. Oh, sorry. No, I'm not. To specifically answer your question, I'm not planning to buy a tract with a group. I am planning to redeem my land plots at the same time as many others, or survey my land plots at the same time. Sorry, no, not survey. Redeem my plots for deeds. Planning to do that with many others, probably on one of these live streams, so that we're all kind of in the same tract. And again, I think that's going to be important, especially considering that if we're all working together to level up our keep and ultimately our castle, that means that we would have more people contributing to being able to increase the levels of our guild, not our guild, but our tract and our plots of land overall, which I think is better. Did you buy any GLX packs? No, I have not bought any GLX packs. I mean, the current group sale looks interesting, but I'm probably going to end up passing. Again, it's not that I don't believe in the game. I want it to be super successful, but it's just, it doesn't. I need to know more about the game. I need to know more about what we will expect in terms of what cards you need, what packs you need. Like, I just don't want to buy a bunch of lottery tickets right now. And I'm not saying that it's a bad idea to buy lottery tickets, because these might be rigged to your favor, but ultimately it's just not for me. I'm in the swap Hive DEC pool on Hive Engine. Yep. So there's a couple of options for you. Unfortunately, there's no stable coin. Like, Level Up Life has been pushing for this for a while, and I don't see why they wouldn't or don't have it. But there should be an HBD DEC pool. I think, to me, the HBD DEC pool makes way more sense than the Hive and DEC pool. Actually, no, I take that back. I think having a swap.hive pool is important too. But reading 69 or nothing. There's still so many packs unopened. I really thought like 2 million. Oh no, dude, no way. People are tapped out. Everybody who's buying packs now is speculating. They think the price of packs is going to jump up 20, 30, 50%, maybe even 100%. But that's I think I went back and forth with Bulldog on this, because he pointed something out where he's just like, the prices of packs on Hive Engine was increasing, but the estimated value was decreasing. And that to me just signals people are speculating on pack price, but the underlying assets within those packs, nobody's buying. So, LP is the way to go to keep funds liquid while earning. Yep, just be careful of impermanent loss, but yep. 71. Supply of HBD is low. I believe that's the challenge. I actually don't even know what the max supply of HBD is, but you're probably right. There's not as much liquidity there. I bought 160K DECB today with vouchers for my 2 land plots. Nice. I feel like you overshot it though, Lapsus, because the max you can spend is 60K DEC. staking GLX packs is paying good. I'm sure it is. I don't even know what the APR on staking packs is right now, but I imagine it's not bad. How many packs have been bought? I don't even have a franchise license or whatever, so I can't see. I'm just trying to see if it'll show me. Shop. Nope, they're gonna make me buy a franchise license first. Lame. So I don't know how many packs have been sold, and I don't think Splinter Cards has any of that pack information here. I don't know. The fact that packs aren't even tradable on Hive Engine is really disappointing to me right now. Bulldog's been calling them out a lot in the Discord. And I'm like, you do your thing, Bulldog. I agree with you. Okay. I think we're going to wrap up here soon. So think that may mean lottery ticket on potential legendary summons is higher than all card assets in CL? Probably. Oh. Summoners went down for like 12 hours after Lily Drop. I pushed Kelly to level 5 for under $2 a BCX. Nice, Hoyson. Leo Finance guy has been looking for a larger block of HBD for 2 months now. Oh, you talking about Cal? I check out his live stream sometimes. Do the math. I don't know what you're talking about. I think we may be in a lull period. I'm buying cards and lots of competition on bids. I think the next GLS pack will be 750 plus the GLG token. That won't happen until much later. In fact, since we can't do anything with Splinterlands right now, let's go and check out the goals white paper. So when it goes live, it's going to be the same as pre-sale too. So I know you're buying it right now and you think that, you know, you're getting an awesome deal here, but the next 5 million packs is going to be the same thing. It's going to be $5 with GLGT. So it's only after 6 million packs have sold and you get to the extended card sale, which again, when that happens, I don't know, but that's when packs jump up to 750 with a GLGT token. Just FYI. You might be a little ahead of the game there. No, it's not. You can buy one of each starter pack, so 30K and then 10K per monster. Oh, you're right. Okay, Lapsus, I don't want to burst your bubble. And I can't confirm this, but I don't believe that you can use DECB to stake your I don't believe you can use DECB to stake your monsters. At least if I was designing it, that's not how I would do it, because staking is different than burning, right? DECB is meant to be burned, but staking means when you unstake your monster, you get that DEC back. So we'll have to get more clarification on that, but obviously it sucks that if there was any kind of miscommunication, like I don't know. That's my understanding of it, is that I wouldn't, I wouldn't buy 80K DECB per plot. I buy 30K DECB and then I'd have 50K DEC ready to go because I can get DEC back. But I can't get DEC batteries back because once those are burned, they're gone. Don't you have to buy a book and then buy packs to stake the packs though? Yeah. So I need to buy a book and I'm just lazy. I thought the price of cards would be going down by now. Seems like they're pretty flat. I think we may have bottomed out. There isn't a massive rush to open packs and dump on the market. So a lot of people who are opening packs now are trying to get the legendary summoners. And if they have extras, they might be thinking, I need it for land. I don't think Chaos Legion will ever be cheaper in the future from this. Yeah, see, Butters, I'm kind of in the same boat with you. Appreciate the stream, bud. Where's that bull mug at? I don't have it. It's still a bear mug. We'll get a bull mug eventually. Yeah, I've been playing Splinter Forge, and it's actually kind of fun once you get skinny. Yeah, I know. I just haven't been playing it. I know it's a good game. I mean, obviously, you got some awesome folks like Tails and Gathering the Magic for making great content about it, which I love. I love watching, but I just haven't played. So I'm sure that some of us are grabbing CL cards. Obsidian goes up from $1.20, $1.80. Kalia, yeah. I think Matt said yesterday you can use either. You know what's funny, Lapses, is I do remember him saying that, and I do remember thinking to myself that shouldn't be possible. So I don't know if he misspoke. I hope for your sake that he didn't. But again, mechanically or logistically or infrastructurally, however you want to think about it, it just doesn't make sense to me to be able to use DECB for staking, because you shouldn't be getting that DEC back. If you use DECB should only be used in places where DECB is burned. So that's probably something to get clarification on for next town hall, or hopefully they come up with the land white paper soon. I would love to get. We have to get the land white paper. All right, here's my official prediction. I would say that not a prediction. It's a request, a polite request. We have to get the land white paper out within the first 2 weeks of March. And the reason I say that is because if we're supposed to get the surveying at some point, and I don't think surveying is going live next week or the week after, so I'm assuming that's going to happen in the back half of March. In order for people to make appropriate decisions, I think that white paper needs to be out, and you can't drop it right before people need to spend a ton on starter packages and start surveying their land. So I would guess, or I guess at this point, hope that we get the land white paper, 1.5 white paper out. We'll say by March 15th. What's today? 28th. Oh, so it's perfect. So exactly 2 weeks from now or so. Which is exciting. So, we're in there. We're in this. It's like you can see the finish line. I mean, it's not really a finish line. It's a starter line for the next level, but it's still good. You'll be able to use DECB to upgrade your plots, buildings later on. Yeah. No, I don't think that it's necessarily, it's not going to be wasted, Red Ted. So that's a good point. But for immediate use, I don't think it's going to be there. We'll need to check this section on the town hall again. Yeah, let me know if you find anything different. Again, sorry, I'm not trying to bum you out or burst your bubble. It's just I personally don't think that it should work that way, and I my ears did perk up when Matt mentioned that. But again, maybe if he's going to explain it in a different way, that's fine. You know what could be interesting? Actually, here, Lapsus, let's work through this right now. What could be interesting is, actually no, this wouldn't make sense. Because it's if you burn DECB, you shouldn't be getting that DECB back. But maybe they could set it up that way. Again, it'd just be weird. I wouldn't be a fan of that, because I would want to see all DEC batteries be burned, and then move forward, right? If I come back in and check, and all of a sudden somebody unstaked a region's worth of monsters that they use DECB on, and then we get 100 million DECB back into circulation, I'd just be like, what? That's, and it's not in circulation, but it's okay, well, that sucks. But to your point, they could make that happen so that people who misunderstood or maybe bought too much will have a way to use it. Do you think DEC and LP is a better ROI than staying long DEC through the summer? Not financial advice, just curious on your opinion. Oh, Chuny. Yeah, none of this is financial advice. I will say that I love the DEC LPs. So the benefit from them is you get roughly mid-teen percentage return in SPS. So here's the pro and con, right? And there's a reason why these are the reasons why I like it. I think one of them is 13%, one of them is 16 or 17%, right? So whether, depending on the chain that you go through, DEC DAI or DECB USD. So I like those because they're both stable coins. And DEC is supposed to be a stable coin too, but at this point in time, DEC has significant upside. In fact, it's like a 33% upside. So if you were to hold DEC by itself, wait until it gets back to peg, then you can make 33% on your return there. But you wouldn't be earning anything on it in that time. You're just holding it. Whereas if you were to put that same amount of DEC into an LP, you would have to sell half of that DEC for whatever the other stable coin is, DAI or BUSD. You would earn, but your upside would be limited to only half, right? So you get like 16.5% upside, because now it's just half of your DEC appreciating in value. And that half of DEC would still appreciate 33% in value if it gets back to peg, but it wouldn't, you'd only have half of the DEC. So you're essentially cutting the return in half, but in exchange, you are earning SPS, right, at a rate of whatever, 13, 14, 15% on your investment throughout that time. So, it just depends on what you value more. If you want the flexibility, you want the lack of impermanent loss, although I'm not as worried about impermanent loss when it comes to two stable coins. For me, when I look at it, it's not about the amount of DEC, it's what the value overall of the LP is. But, just something to consider. So those are my favorite LPs, though. It's just, they don't pay as high as the other ones, but they also, in my opinion, again, not financial advice, I'm not saying that they have no risk. I'm saying that they have significantly less risk than like SPS and anything that's like SPS and Hive or Ethereum, whatever, because stable coins, like half the pair, should be stable the entire time. So, unless DAI or BUSD gets attacked or loses its peg or something, which, anything's possible in this crazy world. But if they don't, and they at least retain their peg value, then you're mitigating your risk significantly on half of that, because it should stay stable. But at the same time, DEC is not quite as stable of a stable coin as we would like it to be. So I did confirm that you get your staked DEC back when you unstake. Yes, correct. I don't see an issue with using DEC before staking, as when you stop staking, you just get it back and then you can use it for something else. Yeah, so you're totally right. And I hope they design it in a way in case anybody, messed up. I'm busy upgrading my CL deck on the cheaper cards. Splex makes it really easy. Splex is awesome, man. Really such an asset. Both Gene Pool and Yixin and the service they built. Worst case scenario, I would need to use it to buy packs when the DAO sale comes out, assuming DAO will burn DEC. I mean, Lapsus, you'll be able to use it for your land in the future, because, whatever you spend on it now, you're still going to have to upgrade your buildings. Or you'd probably be able to use DECB on your guild if you have a guild, right? So you'd be able to burn DECB at that point. And I would expect that to go live probably sometime in Q2. I think they just want to get DECB ready for the land stuff, and then they're going to focus on guilds. You're not allowed to ask to have all the information before making financial decisions about the game. I get roasted about this daily on Tweety Bluebird. I don't know who's roasting you on Twitter. I've never seen... Well, there are some trolls on Twitter, but... I would say stick to the Discord. And not that there's no salt on the Discord, but at least there's people who spend their time there are very passionate about the game, as opposed to Twitter. I think there's just a lot of mudslinging being thrown around, especially from other projects. They'll finally let everyone start running more like this. What do you mean start running? Can you please explain how SPS is going to increase? I'm trying to understand the DEC sync. Land is going to help SPS go up. I'm a crypto moron. I highly doubt that. Oh, give me a second. Let me stretch. Man, why do I feel so tired? I've finished my coffee, and I'm going to have to, go for a workout at some point. Okay, so I'm going to say the magic word everybody loves. It's the buzzword of 2023, which is flywheel. So as it stands right now, we currently see that there are 6.3 billion DEC in supply. So with land, the way that it is designed, at least over the next 4 months, we'll call it to the end of Q2, with this potential DEC sync of 4.5 billion for surveying, which we probably won't use all of, and then another 7.5 7.5 billion DEC sync, again, not burned, but just required, right? There's a potential to have like 12 billion DEC needed for all the land stuff that's happening over the next 4 months, right? Again, I don't think we're going to hit that, but even if we hit a significant amount of that, there's not going to be enough DEC in circulation, because DEC is also required for market circulation for rentals. People are going to need DEC to level up their guild buildings. So there's a lot of use cases for DEC. So the reason that SPS potentially goes up is because people start buying DEC off the market, and we finally get it back to peg because there's enough demand for it that it's just like, well, I need to buy DEC, whether to level up my guild building, whether to stake monsters on land, whether to buy one of the land surveying boosts, whether to rent cards. I need that DEC. And it's not being minted anymore outside of leaderboards. So I am going to buy it off the market. And when you start seeing enough of that buy pressure, we get DEC work its way back towards $1 per 1,000, which would be the soft peg value. Now, where it gets interesting, and the whole thing about the flywheel, is that when you buy DEC and it's already at peg, it starts to push the price of DEC up. Right. So if we start to go above peg, where now it's like, more than $1 to buy 1,000 DEC, or it's more than 0.001 in terms of value. And we saw this during the airdrop, right? That there was such a demand for DEC back then that DEC went 15x above its peg, which is just absolute insanity. That will never happen again, mainly because if we start to see DEC go above its peg, then you can burn SPS. So it's like if DEC is trading for 10% above its peg because somebody came and they just bought a massive amount. Well, what you can do is you can look at that and say, well, I need DEC, but I don't want to pay 10% above its peg value. So I can go and I can use my SPS and burn my SPS for $1 worth of DEC, roughly $1 worth of DEC. So there's two scenarios there, right? If you have the SPS already, that's great. But if you don't have the SPS, well, now you need to go to the market and buy the SPS. And that buy pressure on SPS will start to increase the value of SPS over time. So the more utility given to DEC, the more DEC that we need in the ecosystem, the more buy pressure there is on SPS. And we saw this play out actually amazingly with the Terra Luna ecosystem. And I know Terra Luna gets a bad rep because it eventually crashed and it had a fatal flaw. But that fatal flaw was due to the fact that you could burn Luna, right, which was the equivalent of SPS, for UST, which was their stablecoin, so the equivalent of DEC. You could burn Luna for UST, but you could also burn UST back into Luna. So that two-way bridge is essentially what caused it to fail, because when confidence is lost in both tokens, then you get the death spiral. And that's essentially what happened, right? Somebody came in with like a $400 million, bought enough of each, crashed the market on both. People looked at it and said, well, the stablecoin isn't really that, valuable, or, isn't holding its peg. Let me sell out of it. People with Luna, so it just ended up being this massive mess, right? Somebody was able to crash that entire project with about $400 million. That two-way burn doesn't exist with SPS and DEC. It's a one-way burn where you can burn SPS for DEC, but with DEC, the way that they help it keep its value and its peg is by offering products, whether you're buying packs, whether you are leveling up your guild. In the future, it'll be land, maybe there'll be some stuff with the DAO or tower defense, who knows. But as long as they keep giving value to DEC, it should maintain its peg to the downside. And then to the upside, it will always be limited because people will be able to go in and arbitrage. So even if, let's say I see DEC trading for like 50% above its peg, right? All of a sudden it's like 0.0015, right? And I'm just like, whoa, this is insane. Why would I not buy $1 worth of SPS if I can burn it and then immediately have $1.5, $1.50 worth of DEC, at which point I can go sell on the market. So this is where that arbitrage comes in, and it's probably going to be arbitraged away by bots who are fast and watching the markets all the time. But in a way, that's fine too, because if the bots are constantly buying SPS, again, that that demand creates buy pressure that pushes the price up. Now, I'm not one of those people that think it's going to be up only for a while. I think we're going to hit a point, especially because we're going to mint a ton of DEC for land, that we will get lulls still on the price of SPS, right? And we may get to a point in the future where we have too much DEC. Like, again, if a major whale exits the game and they have a region or two regions and they decide to just dump DEC on the market, well, all of a sudden we have a crap ton of DEC that's just sitting there that we, the rest of the community or new players, will need to come in and eat through, right? But again, I'm not as worried about that because at this point we've seen it, I would say, at its worst. And I'm not saying that it can't get worse, but that worse I think would be in the future. Right now, the tokenomics are set up in a relatively nice way that I would say. I think we're in a good position where, 6 billion DEC, there's going to be a significant amount of syncs coming for new features within the game. And that's land, that's tower defense, potentially more guild stuff. So I'm optimistically, cautiously bullish, right, on where this flywheel goes. I don't think we hit like $1 SPS or anything, but I do think that as more and more people come into the game, as more and more people want to upgrade their standings within the game, whether that's land, guilds, tower defense, who knows, we'll start to see that DEC get eaten up, that utility get used, and then a lot of that utility gets pushed to SPS, and it'll be good for SPS. So that was a really long-winded thing, but hopefully that answered your question. State of survival. All right, I'm going to wrap up here soon. So let's see. Laps is saying Jarvie pays everything for our guild, so I don't really need to spend it. Oh, that's amazing. Flywheel. You could always like trade with Jarvie and be like, let me upgrade something, and then you just give me the equivalent DEC. Start running was when you were talking about the finish line. Oh, fair enough. I'm saying it's more like start running or starting the race. Yeah, this is a special time. And here's as bullish as I'm going to get in this video. I think we are all in at a very good time for people who have endured 2022. Like, I still very much believe in the 4-year Bitcoin halving cycle. And so if we just struggled through the worst of it, right, which is 2022, which was equivalent to 2018, which is equivalent to 2014, the way that Aggie looks at it, which again, it might be a little simplified, but I understand where he's coming from. Bitcoin goes up for 3 years and then down for 1 year. And that's been the trend ever since it's been around. So at this point, we are at the end of the bear market, at the beginning of the bull market. And again, bull market, there's no clearly defined lines, because I would say that I think we're just going to be in a sideways market that could go up significantly, that could still go down significantly over the next 12, 14 months, right? And then the Bitcoin halving happens in, I think it's, as of now, it's April or May of 2024. So a little bit more than a year from now. And so where we're at, to me, is a Goldilocks period where we survived the downtrend, right? We saw all of our assets drop in value, but there's so much cool stuff happening now that this Goldilocks period for not just Splinterlands, but crypto in general, is a good accumulation period. And the best part of crypto gaming, in my opinion, is the fact that you don't have to pay anything more, right? You're already in it. All you have to do is play the game. Just be part of the community, collect your assets, whatever the case is, and you start accumulating more and more. Like, you get SPS just for playing. And so if we can get to that point where 14 months from now, we get the Bitcoin halving, usually nothing happens there, but I wouldn't be surprised to see waves of maybe a metaverse pump, a gaming pump, a DeFi pump, whatever that happens over the summer, and then we go back down. Once we get to the Bitcoin halving, the usual fireworks happen anywhere between 12 to 18 months. That's when Bitcoin tops out, right? Tops out. We've seen that. We saw that happen in 2021. We saw that happen in 2017, and even in 2013, right? 2013 was the double pump. We had a similar kind of double pump or double top in 2021. So again, does the past repeat itself? No. Does it often rhyme? I believe so. And we haven't seen Bitcoin adoption stop or slow in any way. If anything, I think people are seeing the benefit of it more and more. And, at this point in time, a lot of that Bitcoin kind of mentality then trickles back down into the alts and other projects. Now, gaming is interesting because gaming can exist kind of on its own, right? And I think gaming itself, along with every other crypto outside of Bitcoin, will need to navigate any kind of regulatory hurdles. That's the real thing that's going to pop up probably over the next 24 months. And so, Gary Gensler just came out. The SEC head just came out and said, once again, Bitcoin is the only commodity. Everything else is security. So there's stuff to there's still going to be hurdles over the next couple of years. But ultimately, I do think that, this is a very great time period to be in. I'm not saying to ape in. I'm just saying to be here. And for all of you guys that are here and have been here and hopefully will continue to be here, I think this is a perfect time, because this is when you are earning SPS, you're playing the game, SPS is under 3 cents. And if we, hopefully, fingers crossed, get another massive bull run that we saw similar to 2021, that we saw similar to 2017, I think Splinterlands is a very solid, strong project, great tokenomics, great team that has so far survived the bull run and will continue to do so. I think they're in a good position to continue to do so. They're launching new projects, not launching new games and titles. Just imagine you're collecting all this SPS now. I'm not telling you to buy SPS. I'm just saying you're collecting all this SPS now that's worth 3 cents. But if we can get even to half of what the previous all-time high was, which is not the trend, right? A lot of strong projects will tend to beat the previous all-time highs. A lot of dead projects die off, right? But at the end of the day, that's the risk you're taking. Is Splinterlands a dead project that won't pump with the next bull run, or is it even stronger than it was in 2021? And will it surpass or meet or surpass the expectations of the previous all-time high? Again, I have no idea, but you can obviously see that I'm bullish on the game. I like where it's going. And at the end of the day, I've separated out the investment from gaming side, and it's just a fun game to play. It's a cool, awesome community to be with. This is why I spend so much time with you guys here on the live streams. And ultimately, I plan on just having fun over the next couple of years and seeing where it goes. And if all this SPS that I'm earning now from every battle, which, if in Diamond, I'm getting like 1 SPS per battle or so, it's 3 cents now. But if I hold it, stake it, it could be worth $1 later, right? Could be worth more, could be worth less, who knows? But at the end of the day, it's giving me value. I feel like I get a say in the game, and this is why I'm bullish on gaming in general. And I haven't been able to explore as many other games as possible just because of music and other things that I'm involved in. But I do want to. But at the end of the day, I haven't been motivated enough either, because the tokenomics of other games don't seem as strong, even if the gameplay is awesome. So part of me is just waiting for the gameplay in a lot of these other games to come out so I can enjoy them just as a gamer and not as an investor. But that's my thoughts. So to finish this off, start running the race. On your marks, get set, go. All right, that was long-winded. I feel like I keep doing that. We're also in a situation that is very different. It's been a long time, recovering after a global pandemic, and we have the biggest war going on in decades. Agreed. We've never seen Bitcoin bull run looks like in a macro downturn. So, it could be different this time. But I also think that there's 2 years for, things to change, right? Before a full bull run from Bitcoin and the effects of the halving really take effect, or are felt, I should say. And ultimately, I look at maybe it's because I'm orange pilled, but I look at all the things that are happening in the world, and it just makes me value Bitcoin that much more. And yes, I've said it before many times, I'm a Bitcoin maxi, but kind of the beautiful thing about Bitcoin and crypto in general is that it follows Bitcoin. And I think if Bitcoin will continue to be more widely adopted and pushes the narrative of blockchain and technology, whatever, crypto will follow, right? And you'll get a lot of bad projects and a lot of scams and whatever over the next couple of cycles. But ultimately, there will be solid projects out there at the end. But ultimately, I don't know. We'll see. Things will go different than what we're used to. Indeed. Thanks for all the sound financial. Nope. Noda's in the house. What's going on? What's up, man? On you race running rant. Yeah, man. I'm just excited. I'm excited for the space in general. So hopefully people are just enjoying the game for what it is, because that's what I'm doing. I think there's a tremendous amount of opportunity, obviously, but this is not an investment channel, and I'm not a financial advisor. But it's just a fun game to play that could potentially increase in asset value over time if the team is able to accomplish their goals. But at the end of the day, that's what it is. The more fun a Web3 game is, the less we'll earn as a developer. We'll need to invest more upfront. That's a good point. Just tell me where to put my money. can't do that. Buy some cards to play with. As I don't know what the ROI on that is, but buy some cards to play with, and I think you'll have a good time. All right, guys, I am gonna hop off here, but as always, this was a phenomenal conversation. So I appreciate you spending your time with me. I will be back on Thursday, and we'll have hopefully more to talk about then. And hopefully on Sunday, I think Luthien already said she'll be on, and I think Dark Knight should be on too, so we can do another round of Bum or Chum in a couple of days here. So I wish you the best of luck if you have not opened your end of season yet, but with the new season in play, I hope your RNG is way better than mine because mine sucks. But I hope everybody's having fun, and I'm personally very excited for March and Q2. So here we go. Should be exciting. Peace.